Well, the trees may not be producing leaves yet, but some of them are producing something much more delicious. In this week's Community Spotlight, Shane Lee visits the Mille Lacs Indian Museum for a maple sap harvest workshop.
Spring is in the air, and so is the smell of boiling sap if you're a visitor to the Mille Lacs Indian Museum. The sap harvest workshop took visitors from tapping the tree to crushing the sugar.
Put a little Y cut into the tree, then just put a little spout underneath that, and just guides the sap away from there and then into the containers. So of course these would have been brought by the kids. That would have been their job going out, dumping the sap into there.
Before tapping the tree, the Ojibwe people offered tobacco to compensate for the damage they were about to do.
By drilling in the hole into the tree, we're injuring the tree. So by putting down tobacco, we're saying sorry, but this is for a good cause.
Tapping the tree is now done with a spigot and a bag, but the boiling process is still done in a large cast iron kettle over a fire. 16 gallons of sap boiled more than 5 hours to make a half gallon of syrup, and that syrup made about 1 cup of sugar.
During this time, we had no use for the syrup, so we always boiled it down to the sugar.
While most people enjoyed the warm weather of early spring, the sudden rise in temperatures in early March was a nightmare for sap harvesters.
It turns black. I've even heard some people say it looks kind of like motor oil, and it's very bitter and not the sweet syrup that you're used to.
The sap is better with more moisture during the winter. Ideal conditions in early spring would be daytime temperatures of around 40 degrees and nighttime temps below freezing.
The sap flows back down into the roots at nighttime, and then when it warms up, the sap comes up the tree during the day when it's warmer out.
Even though conditions were not the best, the syrup still tastes better than anything you can find in a store.
There's no comparison. Just anything fresh is going to be a lot better without the preservatives.
Salmon has been bitten by the maple bug and says he cannot wait to go sapping next year.
I'm just learning more and more about my culture, and it's important for me just to be active in the community.
No one would call you a sap for saying you love that maple flavor. Shane Lee, Lakeland News.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.